Hello everyone and welcome to Lilly Sky Messages. I wanted to do a series of videos on angels, and I'm starting off with archangels, and the first one I'm doing a video on is Archangel Michael. Now I noticed that the sigil candle ritual video I did on Archangel Michael received a lot of views, and I wanted to follow this one up now with some information on Archangel Michael. If there's more information that you know, which there are so much, out there, I'm just sharing with you the basics and going a little bit deeper, okay? Now, I want to start off by saying that if you really need the angels' help, you call on them any day, anytime. It works. This is for ritual practices, most of these things that I'm mentioning in this video, okay? So let's get started. Archangel Michael is known as the Great Protector. His name means one who is like God. The color associated with him is red or blue. The element is fire. The day of the week is Sunday. And from what I see here, they do mention gratitude prayer, but you can do any kind of ritual that you want, okay? Now, that will do with the Archangel Michael assisting you in what you need, as well as you assisting yourself the best you can, right? So we have the spiritual and the physical action that together brings a great balance and great results. Now the planet is the sun, and initially I felt drawn to Mars as well, but the planet associated is the sun. The planetary hour is the sun. And then I wanted to look up the hour to work with him, so you can use the planetary hour to work with him, and you can find that on an app. Now I did some more research, and hour of the day I found they have first and eighth hour of the day, and I'm like, what time is that? And I know that different seasons it will, the sun will rise, right? So I looked this up, and it has like the biblical meaning going back to the Hebrew meaning, okay? Now the first hour of the day is based on the sunrise, okay? So this would be 75 minutes before sunrise will be considered the first hour of the day. And then I'm assuming for night it would be 75 minutes before the end of the day, where the sun will set, and when you see the first medium-sized stars that appear in the night sky. So that's like a rough understanding of it. So the hours of the day is the first and second hour of the day, the third and 10th hour of the night. So you'll do your research and look it up. If you type in what is the 8th hour of the day, or what is the first hour of the day, you'll see the definition of it, and you can find more information and see if you want to combine that as well, if time permits, whenever you want to do your practice, your ritual, okay? Now the tarot card is the sun, and in other writings I've seen the strength card. So you could use both if you want. The strength card is associated with the zodiac sign Leo, and the sun card is associated with Archangel Michael, and so is the planet and the planetary hour. Now the degree, they list it as none. Now the only reason where I would use the degree is either tilting my hand in that degree. If you practice like Kundalini yoga or any kind of other yoga where you're doing a chant, there's some chants and kriyas will have an angle that you place your hand, and that goes deeper into the physical body, where it is strengthening a part of your body, or also correlates with an organ in your body. Depends on what you're working on, whether it's a kriya practice or qigong, okay? And you're doing a visualization meditation. So this can all go very deep, very deep. So with Archangel Michael, there's no degree there. So the way that I would look at it is, what are you working on? And then can you link that up with different things within your body, depending on what the situation is. It goes deeper, right? So that's for a whole other lesson. Now the music note is C, and C is also associated with the sun. The frequency all relates to the heart chakra, and I would think it would be like the root chakra, but first like the solar plexus. However, it's listed as a heart, and as I said, you can use this interchangeably if you want, you know. But the frequency is 128 hertz, 256 hertz, 512 hertz, and 512 is known a lot for the heart chakra. And of course, the chakra is the heart chakra. The herbs, there's many different herbs and plants and so on that I've found online, and different gemstones. However, the herb that I have right here for this video is rosemary and peppermint. Okay, and the gem that you can use is, they have so many listed here, but I liked Topaz. Okay, and I would say Topaz because it's mentioned in other scrolls and writings. So I would go with Topaz, and you can also use amber, all right, because of the color, and we'll learn more about that later on. The flowers, it could be any kind of red flower. Okay, water. Now this is from a hoodoo practice, and I've seen fresh water, and they always say that you should use a glass bowl, never use plastic. Okay, you could use a wooden bowl if you want, or a bowl made out of coconut, you know, but you can use glass, you know, use what you have, but glass, or I would say any kind of wooden bowl or anything made from any food in nature, you know, like any kind of pumpkin or squash, you know, like that type of thing, or coconut bowl made out of coconut, right? Now the metal is gold or brass. Okay, and we'll get to the whole brass and amber, kind of like that brown, burnt kind of color. The candle can be any size candle. The candle, of course, is red. And I love votive candles, especially if you're on the go, you're busy, and you can't really do a 7-day long candle. You don't have the time for it. You're thinking about fire safety. There's different places you can place a candle where they won't get knocked over, inside of a baking container, and so on. Right? But a small votive candle in a safe space works just well. You can have an image or a statue of Archangel Michael, and if you don't have an image, then you can meditate on your idea of Archangel Michael's image for at least 3 minutes. And this 3 minutes come from meditation practices, where it takes 3 minutes for the body to build up this kind of strength and the endorphins, right? So you feel empowered, and it takes about 3 minutes for that action to hit. Now, going back to, say, ritual work or spell working, you have the hoodoo practice that I've seen. You can use parchment paper and write in with a pen. Now I would add in here bronze color paper or brown paper. You can use black ink or red ink. It all depends on the paper, and just go with what you feel and what you have. Okay, now if you don't have these color paper, or like a brown paper bag for brown, then you can, you know, brown or bronze. Bronze would be preferred. That's like expensive. You can look online. You can see, oh, ordering paper, that's a bronze color. Okay, well, whatever will show up on there. Okay, and you can use white paper if that's all that you have. You know, however, I would suggest, you know, Trader Joe's, get a brown paper bag. I don't know. I'm not promoting anywhere, but any supermarket, you know, even in the store, you just buy these lunchable bags, and then you can cut them, and then, you know, have the paper there. The direction is east, and this is the direction also that you will face when you're working with Archangel Michael, and the same goes for other deities too. You'd face the eastern direction. The sun rises in the east, and all of this ancient practice. Now I've also seen the south for Archangel Michael, and I was gathering all this information, and I was like, why am I seeing south in this book and in another book? Is it incorrect? Why does it seem like it contradicts? And then I found the information today, because I wanted to make this video last week, but divine timing, you know. So What I found is that sometimes you'll see the south listed as a direction associated with Archangel Michael, and this is because there are many angels that will serve to govern the southern direction, which is usually associated with the angel Uriel, and also the northern direction with Gabriel. So sometimes you'll see an angel that is, for another direction, but that angel will also be associated with the northern direction. All right. So with that said, there's 4 directions, and there's 4 angels that will guard those directions that you can call upon in your healing practice, or your ritual to cleanse your home, or to protect yourself, so you can have that. Right? It goes on and on. Now, the feast day that I seen associated with Archangel Michael comes from the Eastern Orthodox Church calendar as the 8th of November. All right? Now, Archangel Michael role, right? So his role is as like a great captain, is one of his nicknames that I've seen, leader of heavenly host, and the helping to protect the children of Israel. He is considered a leader and warrior. And another one, of course, is the leader of the army of God, leader of heaven's forces, triumph over powers of evil. And I've seen listed like his second role is to carry all deceased souls to heaven. That's coming from the Catholic or from the church, right? And another one is that he guides deceased souls to heaven. So it's pretty much the same, thing as the second role, right? So now the powers that I have here, and these are some that I've seen, and I'm sure that there's many. So he's known to have, of course, speed, strength, invisibility, appear as anyone or anything, has a sonic cry, bright light, of course fly, clairvoyance, communicate with animals, and get rid of negative people out of your life, cord cutting. So I'll mention more later on as well. Now, when you work with Archangel Michael, the same for other angels, you'll feel the shift in the room you're in or the location you're in. You'll just feel the energy change, and I've felt a presence. So you'll feel that presence, right? Like, that is very protective and very strong and firm. That's how it feels to me, okay? Protection and guidance whenever you're dealing with any kind of difficult person or situation, and great for protection prayers as well, to add in your protection prayer before you go to sleep and even when you wake up. Good for clearing your home of all negative energy, right? Archangel Michael protects all that love God, protects children, and those that have a passion and really care for justice and truth. So a prayer, in short, that this came to me when I was writing this, the prayer can, consist of being thankful, and it can be a short prayer of 4 lines. It's always good to write down your own prayer. You'll pray whenever you want, ask for help. Your emotions could be strong, you could be crying, you could be angry, you could curse, and in your heart you don't mean it, but you're like just crying out for help, right? And some people can just do it in a very like respectful way, or both is fine. If you're in danger and you need help, it's not a contest. So I would say, like, it'll be nice to write down a thank you type of prayer. It could be 4 lines if you want, or more. It could be a request prayer, or request for help prayer. In these type of prayer, you're asking for help. Now, the symbols associated with Archangel Michael, you have the sigil, and there's different sigils. There's a one that has like the crosses on it and other characters as well, and then there's one that is just a simple sigil, and I think that's the one I used in my candle video. So my candle video was like a year ago, and it got a lot of attention, and I'm so happy that I did that video, and that ritual, it was so peaceful, and I really needed help at that time a year ago. So the symbols would be the sigil, blue light, sword, scales, the scale for justice, a banner that represents war and strength, and I think that's coming from more of the church religious part, and a dragon again. It's all symbolism, like the dragon, the banner, the scales, the sword. But the blue light, very powerful, and it could also be any color light, I feel, for the angels, even though they're associated with a certain color. I just want to put that out there. So people have believed in angels way before all the three popular religions, okay? So this is going back, way back, okay? into antiquity, all right? So people just never let go of the belief of the creator of everything, God. There's a creator, there are powerful beings. There's things that ancestors have been seeing, lights in the sky at night, way before technology, right? So, and the belief in angels, it just is, and it never went away, even with these three main popular religions, right? So Archangel Michael is meant for everyone. Anyone can work with angels. You don't have to have any kind of religious beliefs, and they're mentioned in the three main religions, like I said, and the religious books, right? Now, for what I want to share is that Daniel in the Bible described the angel, and we assume it's Archangel Michael, because sometimes when they mention angels in the Bible, they don't mention it by name, they go by another name, but you have the idea of who they are based on what they did to help that person in that allegory, in that story, okay? So Daniel in the Bible described an angel, even though it wasn't confirmed that it was Archangel Michael, but one of the colors associated was a topaz type of blue when he was describing the shade of blue of the light. And this could be one of the reasons why blue is associated with Archangel Michael. Also, bronze was mentioned in describing his arms and his legs. So that's why we mention like that, bronze or gold for his metal, and also on writing on the paper brown, okay? Now, many angels, I want to talk about, there's many angels, all right? So we have our guardian angels and other angels that are there to help us in life. Guardian angels protect us from any type of danger. It's taught that they're different kinds of angels with different tasks to protect and guide people, and even places, planets, and everything that God has created. So it could be like different galaxies, dimensions, all of that. We could go really deep with that, right? Now, there are 8 levels of angels, all right? And the highest form of angels are called the Seraphim. Now, I've had a training with this, a spiritual training with the Seraphim Angel Blueprint. I don't know if you've heard of that. That's just another wonderful way of connecting and learning about the angels and incorporating them in your practice and healing. So if you're interested in that, definitely look into that. The lady that taught it to me was just wonderful. I love her energy. She was beautiful in many ways. So I really enjoyed that that training. And the first level of angels are the guardian angels. All right, so your guardian, everyone's born with a guardian angel, and that's the first level of angels. So there's 8 levels, and the higher, the Seraphim is the highest, and your guardian angel is in the first level, and the archangels are in the second level of angels. All right, now these angels, as your guardian angels, they send us messages. These messages are to protect us and to warn us of various things, right? And what came to me, because I feel like it was an angel, looking back at the dreams that I had, is that they come to you in your dream, and they use all of the 4 different clairs, right? And it could also be someone that was deceased already. I know for me last year, that came back in a very angelic way in a dream to warn me of someone else passing. So sometimes you'll have dreams like that, and the other person that's about to pass, they don't look so well. So the angels can come as in the form of someone that's familiar, or that person might have lived a good life. Oh, I'm trying not to cry. And that person might have lived a good life, and they've become an angel themselves, and you realize that from the dream that you had. right? Because you knew that person, they were just wonderful. And even if you've never had contact with them, you know that they have transitioned and, you know, possibly become an angel, or their role is as a guide on the other side for others, okay? All right, so the archangels appear as a bright light or ray of light, and they're said to be the only form of angels that will appear in human form, okay? So a story that someone had told me that long time ago, that they were driving and they almost got in an accident, or they did get in an accident, or well, two. That story was someone else's story that I've heard, that they were driving at night, and who knows, to them it's angels, but they helped them to kind of flip their car back up and they continued on their way. This is like a secondhand, something I've seen. But from someone that I've known, they were driving and like a loud voice was like, "Wake up!" And they woke back up and they never fell asleep driving again. You know, so that can also happen. It could be an ancestor, it could be an angel, right? So they're there like that type of energy. All right. And the funny thing is that this other story is that the people just completely disappear after they've helped you. So, long story short, okay? So, yes, the archangel will appear in human form. They're the only type of angel that's said to be able to do that, right? So you can call on them along with your guardian angel to help you with issues that you'll naturally feel like, hey, I know I have a guardian angel, you know, but I feel like I need to call on this particular archangel along with my angels. And sometimes you'll be like, whatever angels out there that's listening, I need help, right? So these angels help humans with the issues that require big changes in the world to make this world a better place, and that's what archangels do. And some of these issues could be social justice, human rights, any kind of issues with leadership, any kind of new discovery that we're making as humans, any kind of topic that will advance humans to be better, right? And even in technology too, as well, right? The good and the bad comes with it, but we know that thing can serve a great purpose. All right, so they can also help us with any kind of experiences that we have that's like really big shock, you know, trauma, danger, that might be affecting a large group of people. Now, there are 7 archangels that are mentioned in the book of Enoch, and there are 3 well-known archangels that are mentioned in the Bible, even if they're not mentioned by name, which is Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael. Archangels are very powerful, and they're great at helping you to banish negative energy, whether they're people, spirits, so on. Now, zodiacs, for the zodiac sign, there are different angels that are associated with your zodiac sign. And if you're studying Indian astrology or Western astrology, it'll depend on what angel that would be. And I say you can use both of them. You know, like if you are a Gemini and you feel, you know, attracted to and drawn to the angel for Gemini, but you also feel attracted to the angel that represents Taurus, because, you know, in the older ancient astrology, some Geminis, depending on the week you were born in, was considered Taurus. So sometimes some Geminis can feel very grounded and very much in their Taurus mood, and then sometimes they're like, you know, woo, I'm just out here and I just want, you know, to be in the spotlight. You know, so it all depends on how you're feeling. All right, so yeah, that's all the information on the archangels that I gathered for this video. Like I said before, there are different you know, stones that you can use that they have in here that are associated with Archangel Michael. I just want to mention that anyone that is blue or red, blue, red, or blue. I'm like, why am I mentioning red? I just feel that red, you know, to me, I feel red, okay, with fire, okay? So red and blue you can use, and also anyone that is brown, all right? So you can definitely connect with that as well, all right? And for the candles, I know I mentioned red. Of course, you can use red, white, You can use a golden type of yellow or orange as well. All right, so I just wanted to mention that in there. And the hexagon is also another symbol that you can use as well. The planetary numbers, I feel like you can use it regarding the planets, but they also have 11 and 19. Okay, so I wanted to mention that as well for you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please definitely click like and definitely subscribe for more videos on angels, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Peace.